Hello Year 6 and welcome to today's science video. Let's have a look what we're going to be doing. Right then, so today we are going to be looking at classifying plants. Now, why are we doing that? Well, as part of our science topic this term, we're going to be looking at living things and their habitats. This is a topic that you will have studied previously in school, so we're going to draw upon your previous knowledge, and this show we're also going to extend it so you learn new things. So I've already said we're looking at classifying plants today. What do you think it means to classify plants? Well, to classify plants means to organise them into different groups based on their observable characteristics. So from what we can see by looking at the plants. Now, you normally use a key. So in a second, when I show you, this will make more sense and you'll think, oh, I've definitely seen this in science before. So let's start off our key for classifying plants. In order to do that, we need to work out what's the difference between these two plants here. And the difference is observable, so you should be able to see. You're still stuck. What do you think these are here? Okay, hopefully you'll have been able to have worked it out. The difference between these two plants is one has seeds, the other one does not have seeds. So that forms our first category on our key. Plants either have seeds or they don't have seeds. Now let's build onto this key. How else are we going to classify plants? We want to be a little bit more specific. We've got 4 groups there. I want you, number 1, can you work out which ones have seeds? And number 2, do you actually know the names of these different categories of plants? Pause the video and have a go. Right then, let's have a look, see if you got the answers correct. You can see here we're building upon our key. We've got the categories under seeds and no seeds. These 2 here have seeds and these 2 here do not have seeds. But did you know the names of them? This one here is an example of a conifer. So conifers have seeds. This here, this is very simple, is just classed as a flowering plant, which also have seeds. This here is moss. The plural is mosses. It sounds a little odd, but it is. And this one here we call, oops, skipped. This one here, the bottom right, we call ferns. So there we have it. We've built up onto the key. We've got another 4 categories there. But then how do we classify the plants into these 4 categories that we just learned? Well, you need to understand what separates out a conifer from a fern or moss from a flowering plant. Let's have a look. So flowering plants are very easy to identify, as you've gathered, because they have flowers. They use flowers to reproduce. And any trees that make fruit are a flowering plant too. So if you can think of examples of fruit and then any trees which grow those fruit, you've already got examples of flowering plants. The next one along is conifers. Conifers don't normally flower. They are normally trees. They have needles and they keep the seeds inside in a hard cone. So any trees, you might think of some trees, for example, which have cones and the seeds are protected inside that hard cone. And I'm pretty sure you probably know of a conifer example, one of which some of you might have had in your house at Christmas time. Now let's have a look at mosses. So mosses fall under the category of they don't have seeds. They're plants which don't have seeds. Now moss produce spores via reproduction. So as mosses reproduce, that's how they then produce their spores. They don't have stems, roots or leaves, and they live in damp places. And then the last category, ferns. Ferns do have stems, leaves and roots, but their spores are released from their leaves. So that's the difference there between ferns and mosses. Okay, so let's have a look at what I would like you to do today. You're going to be making your own plant classification. And if I show you this example here, so you can see I've already started it for you, so it makes this a little bit easier. You've got the key with the seeds and the no seeds, and then you've got 4 examples down the bottom of what we've said. I want you to find at least 5 examples for each of these categories to complete your key. So 5 examples of conifers, 5 examples of flowering plants, 5 examples of mosses, 5 examples of ferns. And there's a few different ways you can do this. You can complete it on the to-do that has been created, or you can do it on a piece of paper and send an image of it into the email. You can use words as shown here. You can use drawings if you like to draw, be a little bit more artistic, or maybe you want to print off pictures from the internet. That's fine, you can do it that way. You can also include images on your to-do. You can download images from the internet and include it that way. Or if you're feeling really adventurous, you might want to create a key using real examples. So by that, I mean maybe you go out into the garden or you go on a walk and you'll actually be able to collect some examples of ferns, for example, and make that as part of your key. You don't have to, that's only if you want to do that. Right, if you've got any questions, make sure you ask them on the blog, and I'm looking forward to seeing all the wonderful keys you're going to be creating. Have a great day.